Throw Gang. We are joined by not a gay Italian, but he's got Armani in his jeans, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the Madrid madman, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running with the Boys with today's full episode, only available on
www.throwingfits.com. Welcome back, Jaime.
Thank you, mi hermano. Gracias. Yo, the lisp is real.
How often were you doing it just because, like, reflexively?
Towards the end, I was saying gracias because that's the way you talk in Spain.
Do Spaniards find that offensive?
Yes. See. Before we get into being homeless in Spain,
Dude,
live, laugh, loving. Is that what it is? Live, love, laughing at the block party.
Yeah.
And watching sweet slop. Let's get into a fit check.
Okay. I am wearing Gucci sleds on the feet. The socks are Manresa. The fatigues are Jean Erica. The beater is Cortez. The polo sweatshirt.
You get that at the school?
Yeah, the black,
you picked it up at the school bus?
At the honey pack school?
Yeah.
The black honey packs. Shout out Bar. I think Bar helped put that together, friend of the show.
It appeared so, yeah.
Shout out Unk, dude.
Big OG.
Yeah, it's polo sweatshirt is vintage Armani jeans.
Are you not? I know you don't dress for the weather necessarily because you're a fucking soldier. You're a fashion soldier, but like it's beautiful out. It's 75, 80 degrees out.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not sweating.
I'm not struggling, but I think if you had to put your finger on it, you could say that I'm overdressing.
Was this like a new pickup and you like had to wear it for the boys only?
Yeah, new pickup from 24 Process, a great vintage store in Patty.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Loro Piana.
Hell no, dog.
Big logo piece or something.
Have you seen some of the new imagery they're putting out that's like, yo, it's fucking conceptual Loro Piana now.
It's Jared Lorenzo Xenia, but with cashmere.
It's kind of
no,
cool.
but I saw some fuck ass like 45-year-old hypebeast wearing branded Loro Piana pullovers at like a members club.
Did it look good?
No.
Okay. How big is the logo?
It's like that size, but it's like embossed kind of like that. It's like tonal.
Embroidered, yeah.
So that's why I was when I first saw it, I was like, oh shit, did he get the Loro Piansky?
No, the kind of corny thinking is that I was like, oh, I wouldn't wear like the Miu Miu version of this, the sweatshirt polo, which I know is like pretty popular, but I like the vintage Armani jeans.
With the popped collar.
That's the team that I'm repping. Shout out 24 Process. Check it out, guys.
With the popped collar, so you know what this guy fucks.
The hat is Sorbaras. The sunglasses are crap. Rolling on the wrist.
Yo, come on. Why would you don't talk about your sunglasses?
Crap
like that.
eyewear, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. These are the Kevin Bradley collab, the skateboarder. They're fucking, I feel they're called the Kush Cowboy. They got on the side, dude. They got the fucking side mirrors.
Yeah. They look like octogenarian driving glasses.
That's kind of like an octogenarian biker is kind of the vibe. Shout out Kevin Bradley. These are called the Kush Cowboy.
Sick.
Sorbara's hat, rolling on the wrist, and just wifey on the pinky. I kind of just was not in a rush, but I was doing a bunch of stuff before I left the house and forgot 2/3 of my rings.
What else do you have normally? Chrome on the pinky?
Wedding ring on the fingy. And
you forgot your wedding ring?
Yeah, but I got wifey on the pinky. I was just in a rush, kind of. Scatterbrain.
It hits 75 degrees. All of a sudden, that wedding ring starts to feel a little tight.
Yo, hey. Yeah, got to stay hydrated so you can slide that shit on and off, guys. Am I right, fellas?
Bro, I almost contracted gout from all the jamon I was manjoning on in Spain.
I'm really curious about the process of sneaking that back into the country if you took some with you, right?
No, just do not declare anything on your customs form. What are you talking about?
We'll talk about it, but I'm just like, it makes, so your whole bag is stinky like ham?
No, I had 2 sleeves of ham. I didn't have like a whole leg.
A whole chop?
Yeah. That shit is like the size of your torso.
Yeah. Size of a cow, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The boxers are Supreme Hanes. James?
Size of a pig.
Fuck. God damn it, a hog. The whole hog. That's where it comes from. Iberico ham is a pig. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for checking me on that. It was a test.
Yeah.
What are you wearing today?
Dr. Doolittle, motherfucker. I'm wearing my King Unk shoes from our Legace. Yo, I'm excited. Everyone show me your fucking unkiest unction footwear. I'm excited for Unk shoes this summer.
That's what got you into the block party I went to for sure, dude.
No, I mean, hit me with the Unk shoes. I'm excited to see what people bust out. You know, shit gets weirder, shit gets unkier.
Welcome to the unction.
Play the unky music, white boy. Mm-hmm. The socks are Brain Dead Adidas. Shout out the Brain Dead family. Thank you for inviting me to Madrid to be 1/4 of the only tennis club that matters.
Yeah.
Which we're going to talk about that.
Yes, we will.
The pants are still by hand. The shirt is Orly. The hat is Small Talk Studios. Jill Sander, Bottega, Topo Chico, a clean cantina, Lower East Side's finest. And the shades are Bottega.
And ham is pig.
And ham is pig. The ham in my belly and in my neck right here and in my swollen feet is pig.
Are you like a glutton for punishment? No pun intended, where you like weigh yourself before and after a vacation?
No, I don't. No, why would I do that?
Put on some ham weight.
I don't own a scale. Although I did see some video. Well, okay, I saw some video footage of me where I was like, "Ooh, I better."
Oh, really?
I better take it easy. I better like lock in a little bit.
You probably don't know this, but you made it to the Throwing Fits Reddit.
Really?
You got let me just read you the review.
Oh, cool.
Met Jimmy in Madrid. Really friendly.
Is this Miguel?
Is that who you met?
Yeah, that's my guy, Miguel. Shout out Miguel.
So just the review is that James is really friendly and he thinks your team did good up until the quarterfinals, which we'll get into. Here is the thing that doesn't make sense.
Cool.
Of course, because this is a Throwing Fits Reddit. I'm not here to blindside you. We're just going to get the brass tacks here.
And yet here we are.
Immediately, it's like, okay, how tall are you?
Why? Okay.
No, meaning to who's the guy?
Miguel.
What'd
you call me?
Miguel said
What'd you call yourself?
Miguel said he's 5'7".
No, he's not. Maybe in kilometers.
Because it looks also you're on a slope. You're talking to him from a poor fighting position. He's got the higher ground.
Sure.
You're 5'9".
Yeah. Miguel, I don't think is 5'7". I think we were pretty much the same height. If not, he was a little taller than me. He's not 5'7". Well, Miguel, check your fucking conversion.
I was going to say, he's thinking in fucking centimeters. Dude. He has no idea.
Exactly. Metric system.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Miguel. And shout out the fucking, actually, don't shout out the Throwing Fits subreddit.
Shout out Miguel, and then shout out the other guy. I couldn't catch his name at the beer kiosk after we got knocked the fuck out of the tournament in a very unglorious manner.
In the quarter? Well, I guess we'll get there.
No, I don't know what round. Okay. Fit check, drink check complete.
Yes.
Lawrence, let's get into it.
Yep. What's up, dude?
What's up, mate?
Am I driving?
I don't know. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Okay. So you told me you pulled a very Larry maneuver out the gate.
Well, I couldn't get out the gate. Okay. So I went to Madrid on this past weekend. I went to shout out Mini Shop and shout out the Mini Shop Open Tournament or Tennis Open. I forget exactly what they're calling it. Things like Mini Shop Open Tennis. I don't know.
Can you tell me what Mini Shop is? Mini
Shop is a store in Madrid. They've been around for 25-ish years. They got like every brand, small guys, big guys, Legace, OL.
Oh, it's a menswear store. It's not a tennis store.
No, but the guy Oscar is like a huge tennis guy. But it's like literally when I touched down in Madrid and posted out, yo, I'm in Madrid. Everyone's like, yo, go to Mini Shop. Mini Shop is like the one. That and I think Sportivo are probably the two best like menswear stores. Sportivo is more like Kiko, Drees. Mini Shop is like Carhartt Whip, JW Anderson, Our Legacy.
Not bad.
But then like Lacoste, Clark's.
They got swag in Madrid.
Yeah, dude. I was very impressed with the fashion in Madrid.
Pleasantly surprised?
Specifically this tournament, which,
I mean, it's cool, guys.
So it was put on by Mini Shop, and this guy, Oscar, who's been around, the shop's been around for 25 years. Friendliest dude.
Oscar the Gout.
Him and his son, Carlos, they were like, yeah, we're just tapping into our community.
Oh, cool.
And we put together this tournament. It's the second one ever of 31 teams.
Holy shit.
I think 30 because Our Legacy had to drop out at the last second. Ricardo, what the fuck?
With four guys on every team, so 120 cool guys?
It ranged from 2 people per team to like 6 people per team.
Oh, and you could.
It was pretty like do whatever the fuck you want.
But it's doubles.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It was pretty much like do whatever the fuck you want. Team wise.
Gotcha.
Which is both like very Southern European and very like
yeah. Just play how you feel,
bro.
We're hoping that everyone has a good time.
Like thousands, literally 2,000 people showed up.
Holy shit.
To this tennis club about 20 minutes outside of Madrid. But anyway, we'll get into that. Getting there, it was an inauspicious beginning. I was meant to fly out Wednesday, take the red eye, land Thursday morning. It was my first time traveling internationally. Actually, no, that's not true. This is my second time traveling internationally for tennis.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you're a pro now.
I went to the Mortoglu Academy or whatever last summer.
Yeah.
After our fashion weeks in Paris. Where I went to a black tie gala with Mike Tyson.
Yes, that happened.
And Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Ronaldo won, not CR7.
Oh, right. The fucking Merkin haircut.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he rocks. Fat Ronaldo. Sorry, Fat Ronaldo.
Fat Ronaldo.
Yeah, Fat Ronaldo.
Now Fat Ronaldo. Now
Yeah.
obese, rotund Ronaldo.
Legendary Fat Ronaldo.
Yeah. Best like Nike commercials probably of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway, so I was so concerned.
Joga Bonita.
I was so concerned with my tennis shit. I didn't really know what the deal was with like this tournament. Like some people were getting information like mad late. I was like kind of knew what was going on. I didn't really know if we were going to attend the Madrid Open or like play in a tennis tournament.
You had no intel.
Not really.
You're just like, really. It's tennis. I'm there. If you see tennis, you see Jimmy. You see Jaime.
Not even that. It's like, all right, we're either going to the Madrid Open, which I ended up going to anyway. It was a lot of fun.
Sick.
Very charming, very cute.
Clay courts?
I don't say that pejoratively. Yeah. Started the clay season.
Nice.
Clay dogs unite.
Clay, is that a term of clay dog?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, really? All right. Well, at least we got our title. Versus ham is pig. Yikes. Okay.
So I get to the airport, JFK. It's a fucking nightmare to get there. By the way, if you're flying into or out of JFK while this bullshit construction is going down, give yourself an extra like 45 minutes.
Go dad mode.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Or take the air train because it is nuts driving in and out of there. As soon as I pull up to the counter, like I see someone whip their passport out and immediately I'm just like, fuck, I forgot my passport.
Like the first counter right into the airport because you couldn't get through security without it, right? Presumably?
Yeah. No, that like the check-in counter.
Right. You couldn't even get your ticket.
I had my ticket, but I couldn't. You used to have to go up there and like give your fucking passport. So thank God I like actually. Well, I had to like check it back.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Thank God I fucking did that. And I've never felt stupider. I felt like a fucking idiot. I barely told anyone because I was so ashamed. I'm okay with it now. I'm like, obviously telling the world.
Now that you're back, you're telling everyone.
But this is like so out of character, so unlike me. I felt like an absolute fucking moron. If there wasn't traffic at JFK and it wasn't like 4:30 on a Wednesday, I could have maybe gone for it.
Would have been tight, dude.
I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to risk it. Let me just like talk to this guy right now and have him like rebook my flight. And this guy was very helpful. We did get into a little bit of a he said, she said about like what type of, he's like, choose your seat. And I was like, well, where's the bathroom? And I want to sit next to the bathroom. He's like, oh, there's one here and one here. I was like, oh, well, according to the Delta app, there's only one here.
Oh, you pulled the app out? You carried it?
He's like, no. This is a Boeing 737. I was like, really? Because this is Airbus 333, bro.
Actually, it's a fucking Airbus.
So it's a fucking battle of the autistic wits.
Oh, my God.
Plane guys.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't even say this in Airbus. The guy was like, oh, my bad. It's an Airbus 333. So yes, there's only one bathroom here. And like, you should be fine. And I'm like, all right, dude. Like, I guess you know how there's train guys? I guess there's just plane guys. Yeah. They're just like autists.
Nathan Fielder.
Haven't watched rehearsal yet.
Oh, it's fantastic.
A few episodes behind. I put on the fitties.
Oh, yeah. I think it's, knowing our audience, knowing our fellow autists, it's going to be up there for show.
So
you lick your wounds and you just go back to the crib. You're like, fuck this.
Yeah. And it fucking sucked.
Stupid. So fucking, were you like, did you punish yourself in any way?
No.
I guess the punishment is going all the way back to the crib to get your passport.
I mean, the punishment is having to pay for 2 unnecessary Ubers. And like a $300 fee for changing the flight.
Was the passport like literally on like your counter?
No, I didn't even fucking think about it.
You know, it's funny you mentioned this. I didn't know this happened until we just fucking recapped before we started and you filled me in. I could tell you were a little frazzled with maybe packing. I'm assuming all of like your tennis accoutrement because, speaking of another thing that is so unlike you, and I'm not trying to fucking,
here we go.
Shit on you. We had a call that was a long call. So like being 5 minutes late is not a big deal, but I had to like, I'm always on the receiving end of this whenever this does happen. it wasn't like, oh, that's right. I have this call. I'm showing up late. I had to like remind you that it was actually, I'd like text you be like, yo, we got this call.
True role reversal.
So you were so it was just a packing mayhem in the crib?
Yeah. And also like
stress.
It's like, it was supposed to be 4 nights. It ended up being 3 nights, which honestly was like the perfect amount. When traveling by yourself, I think 4 nights in a city is like, all right, you kind of like.
But I feel like Madrid has a lot to do.
How many fucking more like sardines can I have? Yeah, there's a lot to do in Madrid. And I love Madrid. I had a great fucking time. I think it's, Spain, next up for real.
Had you been before?
To Spain?
No, to Madrid.
I did a wine press trip with Complex, like must have been 10 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Where me and this group of, we were like, must have been longer. Yeah, I guess it was like, I was in like my 20s. And it was about 10 of us and one old guy who was like a real wine dude, like a real wine writer, journalist. And the rest of us were just like fuck ass, like, listicle creators.
Okay, so he wasn't from Complex. He's from like another publication. He's from.
Yeah, no, it was all different people. A lot of like American Airlines magazines, like wine connoisseur, whatever, cigar aficionado, like travel writers, which I think in your 20s is like a fucking great racket.
Did you learn a lot about Spanish Rioja?
Rioja y... I forget what the white one is.
Well, Verde is green, right? Which is a great... I love a Vino
Rioja
Verde.
y Ribero. Those are like the two central Spanish wine regions.
Both reds,
yeah,
presumably.
But on the first day, the old guy, like we basically the itinerary was every day we hit 3 wineries.
Were you spitting or were you swallowing? Pause.
So they hit 3 wineries and like they would unfurl the red carpet and like bust out their Grand Crus, their fucking reservas, like big plates of ham, jamon and cheese and all this shit. And on day 1, the old guy was spitting, pause. And we're like, yo, this fucking pussy.
Yeah. No, he knew.
This fucking pussy. And then by like day 4, we were all spitting. We're like, yo, I'm so fucking sick of wine.
Yeah.
Like my tongue is pickled. Only on the last night, we spent a night in Madrid. I was like, give me a fucking cerveza or
please,
I'll kill
dude.
somebody.
Yeah. The cerveza is going to hit your hand like a fucking machete to the homo.
But it was like, it was for real, like just gluttony.
Yeah.
Just so, because every place you're just like, oh my God, here's like the biggest spread of food we could unveil for you guys.
Is that how the Spanish like trick you? Because it's like, oh, it's tapas. It's small shared plates, but it's just like never ending. And then you just get fucking,
well, in this case,
Oscar the Gout.
In this case, when the wineries wanted the press folks to write about them, they were like, you know, do it. Like, again, it was just a huge buffet of everything.
What is red again in Spanish?
Roja.
The Roja carpet.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, that sounds fucking fire. And now you know.
It was, but then like 5 days into it, we all had horrendous diarrhea. And also this, our first winery would be at like 10 a.m.
Starting
So
early.
it's like 10 a.m. and then everything like lasts because it's fucking Europe. Everything goes like hours late.
They're not building in siestas into the fucking itinerary?
No, it's like
Spain.
It's like 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So it's like you're doing that ad nauseum.
What did you write? What did you write about for complex?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just nothing. You're like, yeah, I'm good.
I mean, it was sick. Like I posted some shit on IG with like a sepia filter or whatever.
Throwback.
Yeah.
I got to dig deep. What year was this?
Oof. I mean,
we don't have to go. I just curious, like, what are we, because you said you're in your 20s?
it must have been 10 years ago.
Damn.
You don't have to scroll that far back.
So that was that was the last time you were in
Spain.
Madrid.
Oh, here we go. 2015. 10 years ago.
Wow. Oh, dude, like clockwork on the
caption
anniversary.
grapes.
Dude, come on, bro. How many legs you get on that shit?
55.
Woo! Big numbies on the board for Oscar the Gout.
Oh, here we go. Only really fucking with Verdejo and Tempranillo from here on out, TBH.
Look at you, dude, being a fucking if you know guy 10 years ago.
17th century.
That's that could be a current pick and a dump ski.
For sure.
Just a little vibe, little like cave vibe.
Yeah. The one preceding is Rocky. Everything is still purple.
I think I was at that show too. Was that the DKNY thing?
No idea.
Okay. Anyway.
No idea. Anyway, so first time in Madrid. Yo, like I said, Spain next up for real. Little country that, you know, probably sleeping on it or whatever, but check it out.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Let me just say this though. So on the way, yes, I fucked up. Classic bonehead maneuver to forget your passport when flying internationally. I'm done with Delta.
Hashtag Larry behavior.
I'm done with Delta.
Why?
I'm literally going to start researching like other credit cards. Like I wanted to like obnoxiously do it like very obviously in front of like the flight attendants. Like
they give a fuck.
And just like
she's the CEO of Delta.
Just harumphing like, oh, American Airlines credit card points.
Bro, I think it's a lesser, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's a lesser of evil thing. Like, you know, American United is not. So what's the beef?
Well, first of all, between the major domestic American airlines, Delta has the oldest fleet.
Okay.
So I'm in the fucking Delta. I'm in the Delta One pod. This shit was from like 1992.
Yeah, I hate that, dude.
It's mad dirty. My seat. My seat.
What do you mean dirty? They didn't clean it?
Yeah. Like
this pot is mad dirty.
In the nooks and crannies, there's like little like raisins and nuts and like hair.
Come on, dude, there's trail mix.
Yeah. My seat didn't fucking go all the way down. So like the flight attendant had to like manually take it apart like Optimus Prime and like push it down. And then when we were landing, he had to like manually bring it back up. It was fucking embarrassing.
So you're complaining about a handcrafted pod and complimentary trail mix. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it was a hand tailored chair. Okay, on the way back, the TVs didn't work.
Oh, see that, and that's where I draw the fucking line, dude.
Yeah.
No, I would have jumped out of the plane. That's crazy.
It was really bad.
How long a flight is that on the way back?
Well, the way we had to deal with the power outage, so the total time on the airplane was like 10 hours.
With no TV.
Yep.
Did the power outage affect the
We'll get there.
personal
We'll get
entertainment.
there. We'll get
Okay,
there.
so that's egregious. What did you watch on the way there? Anything noteworthy?
It was a red eye. So you know what? I watched Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh,
Still fucking hits. I think that might now be that like it's now neck and neck with Sicario for like top watch Jimmy flick of all time.
you might not remember this, but we went to the movies and saw that together when it came out.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Tom Cruise saved movies.
I mean, listen, dude, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be TC.
His only non-MI tweet since like Halloween or some shit was about Sinners.
Yeah. I saw, well, he trying to save the movies. He's doing, every man is doing his part, and TC's got that burden to carry, and that shit hit grid, bro. I saw it on Instagram.
Is that why you saw it? You're like, oh, this white guy, if this white guy endorses it.
If the whitest psychopath on earth says it's good, then yes, I have to see it.
And?
Anyway. Oh, it's really good. I like.
Did you go the second weekend to give black people their space?
Absolutely.
Because you're like, you know what? I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal black joy. I don't want to occupy black space.
Never.
When others deserve it. So let me, Larry, and Ally go see it weekend 2.
Yes, but I will. So
and not contribute to the opening weekend box office.
Right, which I understand. But I will say, seeing it with
IMAX.
No, we didn't. We went to BAM. Let me just. All right, how do I put? We saw with the Brooklyn style crowd. What did you think?
What does that mean?
Hipsters and then black people.
Black people can't be hipsters?
They can. I am.
There's literally a term, blipsters. It's portmanteau.
I guess that would be the circle of the blipsters would be the circle of the Venn diagram. Just incredible commentary coming from all around me. It was movie, dude. Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I think that everyone should see it in theaters. I don't think it's going to hit the same at home. So again, not great, but definitely good. And I take back any slander that I had for MBJ and Coogler last week. It was good.
Are you MBJ pilled?
No, I'm not MBJ pilled. I think he did. It's probably my favorite role of his. But it's like Slim
Pickens. Not Fruitvale Station?
Fruitvale Station and Creed. Racist? Yeah. And that also Coogler.
Well, not The Wire? You fucking dickhead.
Okay. I'm thinking more again of Coogler MBJ collabs. And there's so much. Here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think we're going to have a Sinners extended universe.
Well, there's an end credit scene, right?
For sure. Not even that, but just like there's a lot of lore in the movie, which I appreciated. But like the brothers are like World War I veterans. That would be a fucking sick movie.
Do you prefer the Italian suit or the Irish suit? Kind of like dapper tailoring or more like utilitarian.
Right. Whichever one didn't wear the newsboy cap. So that's probably is that Smoker Stack. I think that's
probably the Irish one.
Yeah, I prefer the
Italian one.
I prefer the black mafioso versus because they worked for Al Capone. No spoilers, just giving a little background on the twins.
The Waprican American.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And in terms of like a vampire genre movie, they did a great job. I liked it. I thought it was great. I highly recommend it.
I'm excited to watch it on an airplane. Maybe on United or American Airlines because fuck Delta. Fully out on it. Fully out.
So what about all the shit that we have like our business Amex is Delta Miles, fucking Uber is attached. My Uber's attached to fucking Delta. You're out?
Well, no. I mean,
so we just fly separately now?
Yeah.
Dude, you can honestly
I've heard good things about United Polaris. That's all I'm saying.
No, dude. United is fucking Bush League.
When was the last time you flew United though? So
United famously killed a French bulldog on their flight. So
good.
Come on,
that monster does not. That Frankenstein's monster does not deserve to.
They literally took a dog and the flight attendant made they shoved it in the overhead, bro, and it fucking died in transit.
You know what? Shout out United.
Come on, bro.
Thing.
Your soul is not that black. You can't be killing fucking God's imperfect creature.
That's true. All right. So the problem, Lawrence, is that there's only one direct flight from New York to Madrid out of JFK every day.
That seems way low in terms of volume, but
6:30 p.m. departure, like 7 a.m. local time arrival. I don't know if you've ever done this, but like taking a red eye and arriving probably in Europe, in like early morning is the worst fucking thing you do. It's only happened to me once before.
Okay.
Because you arrive at your airport, you arrive at your hotel.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't booked the previous night, like chances are you can't get into your room, right? That would be once when I flew to Italy for a Marcelo Burlon G-Shock press thing.
The complex press trips were hitting, dude.
And this is before like international service was like a thing.
Yeah.
And I just slept in the hotel lobby.
Like a vagrant?
Like a fucking vagrant, just like slumped on my luggage.
And you got to get in where you fit in, you know?
But so I pull up to the hotel, which is the Chic and Basic Hotel.
Perfect.
They knew where to put me.
Is that how many stars is that in Europe?
3.
Yikes, dude. So that's at most a 2-star state.
It was fine. It was fine. The only only real fault I had with it was the shower, the shower's just leaking everywhere.
Oh, we didn't have proper sealage.
Exactly. And
that's your problem.
The Madrid marathon happened on Sunday and went right past my room.
Ooh.
And at 7 a.m, like a fucking phalanx of drummers just started. No, not even like that. And I was like, what the fuck is this, some like indigenous persons thing?
Yeah, you woke up to the annual land acknowledgement, dude.
Yeah, so I was like, this is some indigenous persons thing. Like, all right, maybe it'll be over in like 30 minutes, whatever. No, it went on for hours.
Damn,
it was like the one morning where I was like trying to sleep in. It was the day after the tournament. I was like, let me fucking get some good rest finally.
Damn. You got hit with a little inquisition, dude.
Yeah, El Drum Lino sucked. All right. But the issue was, so I pulled up to the hotel and they're like, sorry, check-in's at 3 p.m. It's at 9 a.m. I'm like, is there a room available? I will pay for it right now. And they're like, nope. And I'm like, God damn it. Well, again, very inauspicious beginning to the trip. And I was like, you know what? I thought that I had told Mini Shop that I was moving my flight because of a last minute work obligation.
Got him.
And they went ahead and changed my hotel to take off that first night. So if I hadn't told them, I would have had the hotel for Thursday night and for Wednesday night and arriving Thursday morning. And I could have,
you fool,
Thursday night and arriving Friday morning. And I could have, just fucking slid in there.
Keep your mouth shut. Never rat on your friends. You fucking failed step 1, dude. Yeah, never, just don't say anything.
I was just trying to be a good guy.
For sure. Because you expected them to not take action. Because they should have told you that they did that.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Because you had so much going on.
I was just like, hey, heads up, work stuff happened.
Yeah. I mean, listen, fair play. I think that you have a little recourse here because they probably should have told you, like, hey, no worries. Heads up, by the way, we're changing your hotel reservation.
Whatever, dude.
You know what you should have? Did you just change in the lobby?
No, I fucking took a hoe bath. Just put on some deodorant, checked in my luggage, asked for my luggage like 3 more times. So the guy was pissed at me. I was like, oh, let me get my portable charger. Oh, I forgot my sunglasses. Let me like fucking grab a hoodie real quick.
Not very chic or basic of you.
No, our Legacy Workshop hoodie that I forgot on the flight on the way back.
Oh, dude. What?
I know.
Why are you catching so many L's? Wait.
You know what? It's fine. It's the price to play the game. Cost to play the game.
The cost of doing business.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna hate to say this, but if you only had me, if I was there, things would have gone down differently.
Oh,
dude.
for sure.
Hey, bro, you forgot your hoodie. Hey, man, don't forget your passport. Wow, dude, brutal. See, what you should have done though. You see, Jen and I, to your point of this, like that landing early thing and not being able to check in. That has happened maybe every single time I've traveled to Europe with Jenna. And what we do is hoe bath for show, but then also just change the clothes in the bathroom. It's not convenient. It's not comfortable. Sorry. It's not comfortable, but it is convenient. You just could have
I would have had, the way I pack would have had to like undo. I would have had to like unlayer and fucking, Indiana Jones, archaeologist my way down to like the lower strata of the suitcase for clean underwear.
Brutal.
Also, there was a bathroom, whatever. So, okay. So now I'm like, all right, I got to kill 6 hours. And my only goals are, I can't poop. I fucking smell like shit. I'm hungry. Nothing in Spain fucking opens until like 1 p.m.
True. That's going to fuck you for sure.
So I start walking around. I go to Mini Shop. Or I DM them.
I'm homeless. It's James. I'm homeless.
I'm like, yo, do you guys have any like recommendations what I could do?
Do you have a couch in the back?
I was kind of hoping that they would. Just be like, oh yeah, we got to employ crib in the back. Just go crash back there.
Crib in
or whatever.
Free crib?
Just like a break room.
Free crib?
I go to Mini Shop, chat with Oscar and Carlos. They give me the fucking rundown on the whole weekend. And it's like, honestly, I couldn't help but be stoked. These guys are so fucking nice. The ambition they have, just these 2 guys, to produce what was like honestly a huge production and so much fun and lasted from 10 a.m. Like forget setup, like the hours I'm sure they were staying up at like dawn. Lasted from 10 a.m. to like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Was so impressive. And they were like, oh, like we're so fucking overworked and tired. I'm like, yeah, bro, I could tell.
Yeah. And they were going to play tennis still.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oscar, I think, made it to the semis.
Shout out Oscar the Gout, dude.
So I'm just walking around. I'm fucking, drinking espresso, trying not to shit.
You're Ronin.
I end up shitting in a cafe. Fucking European toilet paper and European. They didn't have the bidet, unfortunately. Whatever. And like I could like okay, whatever. It was very.
Wait, what? They could hear you?
The bathroom that I ended up having to go to because I kept putting it off. I was like, oh, that bathroom, I don't know. Oh, that bathroom, I don't know. By like the third coffee shop, I'm like, I gotta go. And then this one was like
cleaner.
This one was like paper thin walls. Like I could hear the fucking two chicas like gabbing and yapping and like hitting their espresso. I'm just like, okay, well, if I can hear that, they can hear me.
The chicas could hear you blowing your asshole
chicas
out.
For sure. I ended up going to the store Sportivo.
Okay,
gas store. Okay, it's all like Drees.
Oh, that's the other
It's all Drees and a ton of Kiko. I tried some Kiko shoes that I almost copped. I was like, I should not be buying stuff right now.
Yeah, Kiko draws.
No, Kiko.
Just to get a little refresher.
Some Kiko solid slippers, which are fucking again like crazy unk shit. Crazy unk footwear.
Shit cheaper in Spain or how does?
Not really. Okay. I think Loewe is really cheaper, obviously, and then apparently there's an Hermes store where the VAT tax is like 22%.
Woo!
Some dude hit me. Shout out that guy for the intel. He's like, yo, it's actually the cheapest Hermes store in the world.
That's a fucking. I love that.
When you take the VAT
qualification,
when you take the VAT refund into account. I was like, all right, well, I'm not here to fucking buy Hermes. I'm here to play tennis, bro. I ended up going to this palace. So I'm like, literally, what the fuck do I do? I'm like on Google Maps, like, what is this like big green space? I hit the button. It's like, yo, this like Duke of Malta or whatever used to own this shit. Okay. And now it's like open to the public, fantastic art, Goyas, sculptures.
Oh, shit.
Nice garden. So I'm like, all right, let me kill 2 hours there. Walking around is fucking beautiful. I last an hour.
How are the Goyas? You see Saturn devouring his son?
No, that I believe is El Prado, which was way too far away. And I was like, oh, I'll go see El Prado on Sunday. And then it was like booked. It was too full.
So the Prince of Malta was just killed in a revolution and they just reclaimed all his fucking shit?
The Duke of Alba, I think.
Okay. That's Alba was is that where they plopped down where was Bonaparte plopped down? That was Corsica, right?
I don't know.
What's Alba? Alba's a thing in history. That's
Elba. Elba is
excuse me.
Yeah. The Duke of Alba.
Dyslexia.
Alba, I think, is maybe they call it, that's like what they call Spain or Scotland.
So they turn his palace into free crib.
Yeah. But Oscar was like, yeah, that family's like more like wealthier than like the Spanish monarchy.
Okay, cool.
And now they just fucking invite like random people in. Like dudes still live there.
What?
You're walking around and there's family photos of like a hot young dude graduating college like in what looks like 2009.
So you're just in a homie's living room being like, oh, Goya, cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Free crib for real.
I know.
Wait, so you lasted an hour?
In the palace. And then like at that point I was like, I have to, got a delicious meal courtesy of Oscar's Rec at Bodegas El Maño.
What is bodega mean store?
I think it means like restaurant.
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Did you get your sardines?
I think El Maño means the hand. Yeah, I got my sardines at the hand store.
Did you just eat sardines the whole time on your fucking tin fish?
I love boquerones, sardines. I believe in vinegar, swimming in vinegar.
Yeah,
patatas bravas.
That's a banger.
Yo, Spanish ketchup is fucking gas.
What's special about it?
I don't know. It's like spicy and like it's like saucy. It's not like it's not like a viscousy like gelatinous thing.
Okay,
it's not sweet.
So good mouthfeel.
It's like spicy sweet.
Good mouthfeel.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of fucking mayonnaise though.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Estrella Dam. That's the Spanish
D-A-M-M.
Estrella.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's red label.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's and that's the one that I guess because it's an import for the rest of like the EU or whatever or the UK, like that's the big one over there. We every time we've been in England, not this most recent time Manchester, but I feel like every time before that we'll be with like a Danny Lomas or someone, and that's what they fucking grab from the store. It's like, yo, let me get a sixer of Estrella.
Weirdly, every time I had it at cerveceria, it was flat.
Warm?
Like, no, cold, but like flat.
Got to check on those pipes.
The better Spanish beer is Mahu.
He's not Hawaiian. I was going to say, Chee-hoo.
Mahu. San Miguel, baby.
Okay. What does that look like?
That's the superior Spanish beer.
Let me peep that label real quick, dude, so I can fucking file this away into my fucking alcoholic brain.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is the M. Yeah. The M Brewery.
They basically had like 2 beers in the whole
the M
country.
Brewers. There you go.
All right. At this point, I was like, all right, I need to fucking sleep I don't give a shit. I walked like 40 minutes to the gigantic public park in the middle of the city, and just found some shade and plopped down and passed the fuck out for like 45 minutes.
That seems like going full Mark mode where you're like, please rob me.
There was like a bunch of young lovers and couples all snogging around me, and I put like my phone underneath me.
Okay, smart, honestly.
I did wake up and like my AirPods like over there.
Wait, so you were legit homeless? You're literally a bum.
I had to go homeless mode and like just survive, bro. I was like, where can I poop? Where can I sleep? Where can I get a beer?
What time of the day is this and when was check-in? What's going on here?
This is all before 3 p.m. I had 13,700 steps on my iPhone before lunch.
Jesus.
And then ended the day at like 20,000 plus.
And you were playing tennis the next day?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of physical activity.
Get to the hotel, sleep for a few hours, get dinner, more sardines, more ham with the homies Nigel from Pico Tennis and Mike Sherman from Market, big tennis guys.
Shout out Mike.
And yeah, that was it for day one.
That sounds
rough.
Yeah, because it's like it's not boring because like hopefully you're drinking in beautiful Madrid. You're a city you haven't been to for 10 years, but not like ideal. Like you're not in control of your own life.
No, I mean honestly, the food, like I had some good recs on food. I just kind of like it's a obviously very walkable city.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take any city bikes or e-bikes because I just didn't want to. I didn't download the app. That's all.
Okay.
I barely took any Ubers. It was just like walking. And everything's like, 15, 20 minutes away. The food is fantastic. I forgot to put this on my IG caption, but it's like, must be in Spain the way I tap ass.
Okay. There it is. Put that one back in the chamber for next time.
Just simple. Like everything's just like, it's like one ingredient. It's like, yo, here's some shrimp that's like grilled and just salted in lemon.
Fresh.
It's so fucking gas. Tomato salad, anchovies, sardines, jamon, croquetas, fried baby squid. Ooh.
Damn, dude. It feels like I would be worried of like, you have all this time to kill and you're like, I have my Rex. It's almost like you don't want to blow all your Rex too soon.
Well, a lot of it was also, a lot of the Rex are just like food. So it's like, all right, I got lunch, I got dinner.
How many?
Can I bang bang?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many meals were you fucking putting down to kill time?
I guess
Snackage?
I had like lunch and dinner. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then we hit the tennis tournament. This is Saturday, right?
Okay.
Link up with Kyle, Alyssa, and Casey.
That's
team
the
Brain
team.
Dead. Fucking gang. Squatted up.
Uniforms?
We were all wearing Brain Dead Adidas.
Nice.
So that's like, and we were all wearing a shoe that is coming out, I don't know, soon.
How was the court work with the shoe?
Nice. Bro.
Yeah.
I was sliding. I had fucking traction.
Is it made for clay specifically or?
I don't think so.
Clay dogs.
I don't think so. I think it might be a hardcore shoe.
So you were sponsored. So you're like legit. For this little period of time, you were sponsored by Adidas.
We were uniformed up. We were all in Brain Dead Adidas.
That's cool.
They didn't realize this, but like Casey and Kyle both work for Brain Dead. Kyle's one of the founding partners. Casey's the brand manager, and Alyssa's just gang and Kyle's girlfriend.
Gang.
And they pull up and like, wait, there's a Brain Dead Adidas court? What the fuck?
Oh shit! They didn't even know. It was a sponsored. They pulled up to see themselves stunting on the jumbotron.
They didn't realize this. Sick. They only realized it when like they saw a guy like laying down a giant Brain Dead logo stencil, like the big head, and like spray painting the fucking court.
What a surprise!
And they're like, what the hell?
That's an awesome sick surprise. I would be fucking.
Thank you,
stoked.
Adidas.
Yeah.
Shout
out the stripes, dude. 3-stripe life.
So it's 31 teams, and again, it was, tennis is a big sport in Spain.
Yeah.
Because Nadal, Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, of course.
There's mad tennis courts in Madrid. And it was really sick because like Minnie and Oscar really did tap into like how we joke about like, yo, if there's a drone strike at this fucking brand activation, it would take out like all of Condé Nast or whatever. If there's a drone strike at this tennis tournament, it would have like Madrid would be swagless.
Yeah.
And have like no creative juice whatsoever. Real quick fashion report.
Okay, hit me.
You know what's really cool is that so it ranged from everyone from like skater dudes, music guys, for some reason they think like communications is like a big like part of like the creative community, like
the PR people.
PR marketing, which totally fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Artists,
valid.
Like club DJs and like club party throwers.
Maybe we should drone strike.
I'll say this. You go to a brand activation in New York and very rarely does it feel like people are like having fun, right? A lot of it is like business, networking, like little, clocking what the other guy's wearing, or like who's with who, or like, yo, what you been working on?
Gatekeeping, clout chasing, big dick measuring contests.
Everyone's got their fucking, film camera. And everyone's just dressed like, a fucking garage mechanic from the 70s, right?
That kind of tracks. I can't really argue with you. Can't refute this.
And maybe it didn't feel too Bushwicky.
Okay.
It's kind of a mix of like Bushwick meets like Euro clubber meets like blokecore. But what I'll say is that a lot of people were kind of having fun with their swag.
Okay.
And like not taking themselves too seriously. Some guy dressing up in he pulled up in the Umbro suit.
Oh,
clearly is like as a bit. There were some hardos dressed as some like, Peaky Blinder ass motherfuckers like
to play tennis.
They were just like there.
Oh, they're attendees.
And this is not just like the tennis players all obviously were wearing like some form of performance gear.
Right.
But then like there's one team like the Roma team and they were wearing like Centurion skirts.
Okay.
And they fucking made it to like the semis. There's
good airflow.
Lesbian Garros was a team. And they're all murdered out. Like the uniformity of it all was kind of cool.
Okay.
These guys had their name was like United Colors of Mushrooms, and they just had like fake like Benetton rugbies on.
So some people were treating this like fantasy football, get the boys together, pun nicknames for teams, and then you guys are like fully kitted, like there to rep Adidas and Braindead. It feels like two sides of the same coin in a way.
No, for sure. And I'm not shitting on that at all. But also the crowd itself, which again, they're like 2,000 people just like hanging out. Like
it's a stadium or like
it's a tennis club. So there's like like a dozen courts. There's like a big open space. There's like a food truck. There's beer tents. Fucking like wine getting passed out. Just like a DJ going all day or DJs going all day.
Tight.
It was just like
announcers.
No, not really. Just people getting in the mic like, yo. Team Braindead report to the Adidas Braindead court.
Gotcha.
But it was, I think Madrid seems like there's obviously like majority Euro trash. There's a lot of tourists, a lot of European tourists, very few Americans.
Oh, Euros are going to Madrid to like discover the joys of Spain.
But I think like the creative community in Madrid, which was definitely in full effect at this tournament, it seemed like people were very into just like having fun. And people were just like, like shamelessly just like dancing in the middle of the day, Sounds like jumping up and down.
Sounds
like having a blast.
Sounds like me over the weekend, which I'll get to. Well, so could you do this? Could you replicate some version of this in New York?
Nah, because I don't think there's enough like overlap. We were talking about this like the whole weekend. It was like, yo, could you see this happening in America?
Great minds.
Who would fund this? Who would be a part of this?
And Mini funded this, or the Adidas is coming to sponsor?
They had a lot of sponsors. They had a car sponsor. They had fucking beer and wine sponsors. They definitely did it on like a shoestring budget. I'm sure like called in every favor.
Sure. Sounds like it was worth it though.
Absolutely.
How do you do? How did the Braindead Adidas team do, dude?
Okay, so we made it out of the group stage.
Okay. Congrats.
It was pretty abundant. It became abundantly clear pretty quickly that we were in like the special needs group. Like,
oh, right.
Like everyone that was just there to have like our group was just like people that were just like, yo, fuck it, we'll join in, even though it's we're beginners or whatever. We're just guys that skate together, but fuck it, we'll just play tennis. And we're like a fun like throwback 70s Bjorn Borg type fit, or like Andre Agassi. Some guy had a fucking giant mullet.
So the tiers are like, we're just here to have fun. Then it's like
they were former pros.
And then there's participation trophy motherfuckers, kind of like you guys. And then there
was a guy that apparently was ranked like 42nd in the world.
What?
25 years ago.
Top 50?
There was a dude that apparently was like besties with Nadal when they were kids.
The prizes you said are pretty sick, right? Wasn't there like
it's like your team gets to go to the French Open, Roland Garros.
Fire.
And then there's 3 espresso machines, like $20,000 espresso machines.
Who gets that from the team and how do you ship it?
There are very few Americans present. Like,
got it. Oh yeah, so it's you, Mike, and then
like Braindead, Mike, Nigel from Pico, a few music guys, like the bassist from that band Dive.
Okay.
Which when he told me that, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, wait, D-I-I-V? I fucking love that band.
That's cool.
That's how you pronounce it? I thought it was Div.
Dive. Okay. So you guys made it out of the group stage.
We made it out of the group stage. We advanced. Like, we didn't win the group stage, but we advanced. And then we got immediately butt fucked as soon as we like started playing like real teams. Like, we lost handedly and very quickly to like These guys that were just fucking nasty.
So-
and then these guys were like the worst of the people that advanced. By the time, I'm sure we only watched like the semis before it got too late. And we're like, we got to fucking go, bro.
Yeah.
It's 9:30. We got to eat dinner.
Cerveza time.
Everyone was just fucking nasty. It was very impressive.
So here's what I need to figure out. Cause you said like some teams have 4 people, some teams have 2. How are the matches? Like, so you played 4 people versus 4 people on a court?
No. Okay. Real quick. So
What?
in each match, which is team versus team,
Yeah.
it's best of 3, right? Pretend each one of these is a set. You can play singles, super tie break. So it's first to 10.
Uh-huh.
Then you play doubles, super tie break. If you split those first 2 sets, then you play another singles, super tie break.
So were you a singles representative or you were one of the doubles representatives?
We did both.
Okay.
We kind of mixed it. We had a strategy and then we kind of mixed it up at the end when we're like, okay, we need to like win.
Right. So
to advance.
How did you do personally in your singles matches? And how did you
I think
do?
my singles matches, I was 1-1.
Okay. Not bad.
Or maybe 2-1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame numbers, bro.
I was maybe 2-1. I beat this guy that was like pretty equal level to me. And then this other guy was so bad, but it's like sometimes playing someone that is so bad is like really hard.
Playing the Joker.
Yeah. It's like, why are you fucking baiting me into just beating myself?
Yeah, right. Oh, unforced errors, of course.
Yeah, like he's just
It's a
like
mental game.
accidentally dinking the ball back and you're like, you just go for it.
Like he
and then
doesn't
you
even
fucking-
mean to like do it. It's just happening.
Yeah, it's like
He's just a
playing-
dog chasing a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Shout out that guy.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know what he's going to do if he catches it.
Hashtag Larry behavior. I like that.
Yeah. And then I got absolutely smoked by some like, dude who was like fucking nasty. And also at that point, I was just like so in my own head. I just fucking
You were getting like
shit the bed.
Are you self-conscious because of the cool crowd?
No.
Like
If I
the amount of people?
No, if I lose my serve is my weakest part of my game, which is tragic. When I find my serve, I'm on.
Right.
Like I beat Gallagher. Shout out Gallagher on the baby.
Can you say that?
I don't know. When I beat Gallagher, when I played him last time, I beat him 6-2, 6-0.
Oh shit! You wiped the
And
floor
I had my
with that.
serve going.
Oh, you
And
found
then and then I lose my serve and I fucking.
Oh, and then it's gone forever.
It's over. It's gone forever.
Ah, damn, bro. We need
So I
to
had
find,
it at first and then I lost it.
we need to find a way to pull you back when you approach the brink, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you got to listen to some fucking dive,
Some master puppets.
some dive, dude. Yeah, right. Yeah, throw on the fucking Jimmy Psych Up playlist, dude.
But you know what? At that point, I was kind of like, and everybody's like, oh, yo, like, we'll get a beer. The camaraderie and sportsmanship was fucking next level.
That's
Everyone
fire.
just like so happy to be there.
Mhm.
Like, you're yelling at yourself. And this is what I love about tennis, that you only beat yourself. You never get beaten by the other guy, really, or you never like
Yeah.
hold it against him or have any resent. It's like, I fucking lost it. Fuck me. I hate myself. But this guy, I love this guy. I'm gonna go drink a beer with him later.
This is the plot of Challengers, dude.
Yeah, true. Damn.
That sounds like a good time, even if like I guess you didn't expect to win once you kind of started surveying the competition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no espresso machine for you. Were you like in your mind, were you like thinking, were you like daydreaming about like having an espresso, drinking on your balcony? Like
I had no idea what the level of play was going to be like. And then seeing former pros.
yeah.
And like who I think the former pro won the whole thing.
Okay. He
and,
was
like-
alone.
and like Nadal's childhood hitting partner. Like
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's just have some fun.
They're going to Roland Garros to see fucking their boy.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
know
he's retired, but
Beautiful fucking day, immaculate vibes. As soon as we got bounced out, it's like, all right, dos cervezas, por favor.
yes.
Now I get to watch some tennis and actually hang out.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, it
dude.
hits my hands like a fucking machete.
And the Madrid Open was cool. Did you see any fucking bold-faced names, or was it like
I saw Ben Shelton play. He shat the bed and lost. Yeah.
what a shocker?
But he lost to a guy that this like Czech dude that he won the Miami Open. He's actually fucking sick.
Nice, dude.
Menchik.
He's a real mensch.
The Madrid Open though, very charming, very cute, very inefficiently run. But once you're in there, it's like great.
So Spain.
Exactly. And here's a question I want to pose to you.
Yeah.
Have you ever spent any time in Spain?
No, actually, it's a place that I'm not that crazy well traveled. I've not been to Spain.
I'm telling you, bro, Spain next up for real. I know that Italy, your soul belongs to Italy and that everyone's unemployed and beats their wives and just like yells and gets drunk,
And peacocks.
which you love 3 out of 4 of those things.
Yeah, I am. I do identify as Italian. I self-identify as an Italian man. Well, it's funny you mentioned this because Jen and I are thinking about, and obviously can't put the cart before the horse. We have to figure out our European travel, but we're trying to figure out if this is a year where we zig, where we would normally zag to Italia. And she's throwing out some like French Riviera shit. I don't know if it's in the budget. And then I'm thinking like, yo, Spain. But then it's like, where do I go in Spain? Knowing what I want, which
Mallorca,
beaches.
Palma. What are you?
Rock
the entire
beaches.
southern coast of Spain.
Well, I'm not going to Madrid.
It's a fucking peninsula.
But I'm not going
There's
to
3 coasts.
But I'm not going to Madrid.
You got to fly into Madrid.
I'm not going to Barcelona.
You got to fly into those places.
Sure.
Well, Madrid's not near any beaches.
Right.
Barcelona's Barcelona's on the beach.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, I know nothing.
But I'm saying like if the Ischia, like
That's an island.
Okay, but I'm saying, Spain has islands, Mallorca, Palma.
Yeah, maybe. And listen, it's all up for debate. I have no idea.
That's where Nicolas from Husbands goes. Oh, Sportivo.
Right, yeah.
Sportivo had a lot of husbands off the rack, which
Ooh.
I was like, huh?
Really? They're a stockist.
Yeah.
Did you
I almost copped the yellow T-shirt that our man's was wearing on the pod.
Right, the one graphic tee.
Which I'm wondering if
The jersey.
I'm wondering if that style graphic tee is on its way back.
Which is like a kind of my read on it is like it's a little Cali Pac Sun, like know,
it's a little like Strokes
70s.
It's a little Strokes 2002 like ringer tee with just like like a faded photo and then like some text on it. Daytime Novella does it. Husbands. I saw some other brand doing some similar shit. I feel like it's very.
I would just be like, I don't even know if they make a tee big enough for me, dude. I mean, just thinking of myself.
What, Husbands?
Yeah, like a double. I need like they probably don't even make a double XL fucking
54
Husbands. I mean,
get a made to order T-shirt.
Yo, let me get a bespoke fucking PacSun T-shirt, please.
But okay, Spain versus Italy, right?
Ooh.
Again, I think the inefficiencies and frustrations of Italy obviously exist in Spain, but to a much lesser extent. And like in Spain, they're so much less like intense and like pejorative to you.
Okay,
you know, they're not talking to you as if you're an absolute piece of shit. A lot more English speakers in Spain.
I'm not mad at that.
A lot, like everyone just speaks English for the most part.
You didn't dust off the Espanol?
Un poquito.
Okay.
Great food, obviously. Not like different type of food.
Yeah, and
especially the seafood.
You know, not that I'm like a fucking crazy picky eater. I eat like a baby, but like I definitely feel like I vibe more with Italian cuisine. I think it's easier.
They got chicken nuggets in Spain.
They got tendies.
Yeah.
Did you hit up a Spanish McDonald's?
I did not know.
Okay.
Everything in Spain though is like it's like 3 ingredients thrown together. Versus Italy is like, we made the gravy. It's got like 19 things in it.
Well, I will say that like not Italian American food, which I get what you're saying, but Italian food is like really simple and not a ton of ingredients either. It's just about freshness and it being homemade. So it's not that different.
The same in Spain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, listen, it's ultimately not my call. Jenna will just decide, but sure, we'll go from there.
They definitely have like the resorts and shit. And like, I mean, Ed Cumming he's like, yo, mate, we were in fucking Spain at the same time. We should have linked up. I'm like, bro, you're in the South.
Was he on assignment?
Yeah, just eating jamon and tuna. Tuna comes from the fish.
Okay, yeah. I do know that.
Tone.
Thank you for clarifying the tone. Yeah, he was on a fucking vineyard press trip, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just shitting his brains out like I was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Shout out Ed the animal.
But yeah, I want to hear weigh in the comments, Spain or Italy. I mean, also, if you've been to Spain and had a great time, let us know where you went.
Damn,
I was looking at
Sophie's choice, dude. I mean, honestly, both places. You could be so lucky to travel. Right?
I was looking to see if I'm glad I only went for 3 nights. I was kind of looking to see, I was like, oh, is there like some shit I could do after Madrid and spend 2 nights?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mainly in like mountain towns.
Okay. What, like shit that you'd want to do?
Yeah, but obviously they have like super nice hotels that are relatively cheap. I mean, everything's not cheap, but they don't like overcharge the fuck out of you like they do in America. Like a beer at the Madrid Open, $6.
Not bad. I guess, yeah, the sporting events in America are they're going to fucking rape and pillage your fucking wallet. But I guess like the way that you're kind of hanging out and moving through life, not even just because you were a literal bum, but like you're not like at a resort. Like who knows? I'm sure there's very expensive high-end spots that would fucking destroy your fucking budget. But
yeah, but I don't think you're talking south of France pricing.
No, probably not. But you're right. As someone who is literally looking at potential budgets that have been put across my desk, I'm like, oh my God, this trip is going to be.
What are you talking about? Look, were you looking at Antibes?
Jenna was sending me some hotels and like put some shit in like a little Excel spreadsheet. And I'm just looking at numbers that I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're thinking, how we're doing in life, but this is not it, sweetheart.
Send her a screenshot of your bank statement.
I'd rather not. I'd rather stay married, dude. If I could choose.
But yeah, and then I guess like, look, the last thing, and this isn't Delta's fault, but
here we go.
We're on the fucking plane back.
Oh yeah.
I made sure to get there nice and early.
Mm-hmm. Smart move.
Which was kind of
with your passport.
Kind of a brick because I wish I'd slept like an hour more, but got there nice and early. Also because I had to pack. But like packing to go home is easier than like packing to go to a
Just
place.
throw it all in. You're like, this shit is torch. It's over.
Yeah. But I had like accumulated a bunch of like brain dead Adidas stuff,
Right.
etc.
All your new gear.
All the clothes I packed that I didn't wear, including this shirt.
Oh, overpacked for like that's
crazy overpacked.
I'm telling you, dude, my strategy, just to reiterate for you and the audience at home, it's try the new strategy of just intentionally underpack because you're not going to wear 2/3 of that shit.
I know, but it's like, okay.
Besides underwear and socks.
I got a daytime fit, and then, we're going to go to dinner, so I'll have like a button up, and it's going to be 65, so I'll have this jacket. Oh, but then we might stay out till it's 55, so I'll have this jacket.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's John's brain. It's John's enthusiast brain.
It's fucking crazy.
It's going to get you every time. I'm telling you, try it. If anyone traveling this summer, intentionally underpack and see how it goes. Your life will be much more simplified. And you're going to be wearing the same shit you would have worn otherwise.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
All right. So our flight was meant to depart at 12:40.
Okay.
All right. Delta. Same fucking plane from 1992.
They were sprinkling the trail mix.
You got like the TV's faced like this way. And you had to like push a button and they would like swing out.
These are the broken TVs.
Yes, these were the broken TVs where I didn't hear the announcement, but I'm like trying to use the touchscreen, and on the way out, the touchscreen was fucking whack. Like I had to like hit here for this to open.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like off the gauge or whatever.
Fucking smack. You're fucking you're gripping that shit.
So I'm like
Lennian of Mice and Men, dude, just breaking the screen
like a gorilla killing 100 dudes. Yeah. And like, oh no, the TVs aren't working. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're like, yeah, make sure you log on to the Wi-Fi now. I'm like, bro, what? So that's what I'm like. American Airlines credit card programs.
Again, that's a bridge too far. That cannot stand.
Thank God I had Lost in Translation downloaded on my iPad, which fucking sucks.
Have you seen it before?
Maybe once.
Yo, fucking Ringer tee, the camo tee that Bill Murray wears inside out. Ringer tee, a very famous Ringer tee in cinema.
Pretty good.
It didn't vibe. You didn't like. You've seen it before. Is it?
No, I didn't. When I watched the first time, I was like, "Oh, I hate this because it just like makes fun of Japan and Japanese people." And I was like, you know what? Let me watch this, knowing that it's about a tale of like two alcoholics or one alcoholic and one like fucking manic pixie dream girl that just like yearning, and two people lost that are trying to find themselves and finding each other and blah 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 blah. Still fucking stunk. Big stinker.
You finish it.
Big fucking stinker. Finished it all the way through.
What do you think of the ending? Classic ending.
I mean, I know what he says.
Did you what?
I may be leaving, but don't let that come between us.
How do you know that?
I looked it up on Reddit after. Or he says, the next time you see that man, make sure you tell him the truth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where it's like,
promise me this: next time you see that man, tell him the truth.
You should always tell the truth.
No, that's what she said to her.
She said to her.
Sorry, he said to her.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It was like
keep your mouth shut, rat on your friends, and tell that man the truth.
No, it's like, oh, you're in a fucking foreign land and you're feeling trapped. Leave the hotel. Just leave the hotel. You're in fucking Japan, bro.
But you understand that he's in a prison of his own design. It's not about the physical.
She wasn't.
It's no, but it's like it's like
yeah, okay, but I don't appreciate that the prison is just like Japanese culture, which is so bizarre and zany. It's like, yo, just like everyone there speaks English.
You don't think that
just leave your hotel, and the prison is like, oh, why do they switch the R's and L's? I think there were like 3 or 4 like Asian accent jokes throughout the whole film. I'm like, Sofia Coppola wrote this.
Yeah. I rewatched The Interview. Pretty racist in terms of Asian accents. I would say probably more racist than Lost in Translation. My point that I would say to you is, sure, the setting is Japan and it's an iconic movie that takes place in Japan, but you could the story could still happen in any other country, right? That's the point I would make to defend Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, and I know that, it's like, this guy's a monster. It's like she's a fucking pussy, but it's like, all right, that doesn't have to come at the expense of like the place it's in. And yeah, when it's Japan, I'm taking it personally.
Exactly.
It's also like, I mean, T just put out an issue of like why Japan is the most influential culture and place of the 21st century.
Did they mention Lost in Translation?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
I already knew this, obviously.
I just saw the fucking IG, which was invented in Japan, not real.
Wait, Instagram was invented in Japan?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It was invented by some Israeli guy. But
who follows throwing fits. Shout out.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shout out our friends at Instagram.com.
Yeah, shout out Adam.
Shout out our friends at Meta.
Shout out Adam Morrissey.
Moseri. Yeah, something like that.
yo, you in the Moseri? Yeah. Anyway, fuck that.
Who's not an agent of Mossad.
Fuck that movie. Whatever. Yearning. She's just yearning. Look at her butt and her panties. She's just yearning.
It is funny how the annoying husband or whatever or boyfriend is Spike Jonze. That's hilarious. That's who it's based on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of awesome since
Sure.
obviously shout out Spike Jonze, but like you could be like, this guy's definitely an annoying.
Is that Giovanna Ribisi?
Yes.
I fucking love that dude.
Yo, fucking shout out Boiler Room, dude.
Yeah. Shout out
Giovanni Ribisi.
What's the movie he did with I'm thinking of Barry Peppers. Never mind. My other fucking goated character.
25th Hour, Barry Peppers.
No, I'm thinking of he did a movie with Vin Diesel where they like are in the mob and they move to like a small town and take over, starting with the sanitation department.
Oh, okay.
And they just like
sounds good.
They just beat the shit. Like there's one I saw it in theaters and like
shit beaters.
Vin Diesel just beats the shit out of like some local like tough guy at the bar, and some guy in the theater just goes, "Hit him again, Vin."
Yeah, dude, he can totally hear you. That is the Italian version of what I experienced in Sinners.
Knockaround Guys, 2001.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Seth Green is in it. Hell yeah,
it's going on the list.
Oh no, well,
I binged You, which is my sensational soapy slop that I guess
final season, right?
The series finale. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on pod. It's like listen, I think that Bravo now is like acceptable enough where I wouldn't say like Southern Hospitality is a guilty pleasure. I don't know if you agree with that. I think that everyone watches a Bravo show here and there.
You watch The Valley? Oh my God.
I mean, here's what I don't understand. Because we don't even really need to talk about You, just that, like, I don't know. It's
Me?
You, the show. Where like Jen and I started watching together, and now it's just a show that I watch as a straight man, which is crazy, especially since like that was 9 hours of television that I consumed over probably 3 days.
Well, the best is in season 2 when Chris D'Elia is like the pedophile.
Oh yeah,
fucking lurker.
Life imitating art, dude, or art imitating life.
Is this guy acting?
Yeah, right. He thought it was a documentary, dude. What were we talking about? Fuck.
You.
No. The Valley. Let's talk about the Valley.
Are you surprised they aired that confrontation between Brittany and Jax?
No, I'm not surprised, because that's like
that was
the Valley really takes it there.
That's borderline domestic abuse.
Well, I think that's why people love the Valley, because it's that. First of all, if you want to watch a show about marriages imploding, like that's what the show is. You're right. It is like a bit like awkward to watch, because you're like, maybe this shouldn't be filmed. Maybe there should be like a police officer instead of a producer. But what I can understand is Jack's debilitating coke addiction. How did production on any of the shows that he was ever on, Vanderpump or The Valley, not like catch him? And then like he never, it felt like the network.
There's footage of him at his wedding chopping up lines. At his wedding at that castle in Kentucky, there's footage. There's like, he's like, the camera flashes over as it like follows Tom Sandoval, and Jax is like chopping.
And that was
up
on
lines.
TV.
On TV, yeah.
And you think it was like they couldn't have missed that, right? They knew what they were doing. They're like,
I don't know, or maybe he would just go to the bathroom.
Well, that's what he's saying. But it's like at a certain point, this guy's been on Bravo.
You're faulting the producers of Bravo?
No, I just like at a certain point that this guy is like so coked out, and it's like potentially self-harm, his drug addiction. Is that not a moral quandary for the producers of the network to like step in and be like, yo, bro, you need to get help or you can't be on the show anymore?
It's not their job, bro. Their job is to make great TV. And you know what makes great TV? Jax on coke.
What was the headline? He did enough coke. He was doing enough coke to kill a horse.
That's fucking. Now he's like leaning
That's sensational.
Now he's leaning into. He's like, yo, I got a 6th sense for doing coke.
I mean, the fact that he said he could find it anywhere. He's like a little truffle pig when it comes to
sort it out. Yeah.
Came to the cocaine. I mean, honestly, a superpower.
Valley though,
and with great
honestly,
power, great responsibility.
One of the best hours of television I think aired this year. But you watched 9 hours of You just by yourself.
Yeah, just crushing that final season.
Isn't it like
it's so ridiculous?
I watched the first 2.
Great twist, dude. They introduced twins. There's some interesting. Maybe this is me grasping for straws to defend this ridiculous show that I
don't think you get to defend it. People really like it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just dumb TV. There's nothing wrong with
there's
that.
some interesting satire this season
on what?
True crime.
Chris D'Elia.
True crime fans. Balding manosphere guys.
How'd that make you feel? As a balding man who's now part of the Proud Boys network.
Whoa. Just because we were mentioned on Gavin McInnes' show doesn't mean that we're actually participating.
Hasan Piker, come defend us with your hot muscles.
It is so crazy that like that guy can't do any press without people objectifying him.
You think he likes it?
Oh, he fucking loves it, dude. I think it's such a big part of his brand. I mean, I don't know. When we interviewed him, shout out fucking Hassan, did we talk a lot about his looks? Because we potted with him, he got way more jacked.
He had just started on his jack journey.
Yeah. He's an ex-fat kid. So I empathize. You should be as hot as you want to be, and it shouldn't affect how people perceive you. But
so he had a New Yorker profile before this New York Times one that
I didn't read that.
Yeah. And I think it was less focused on his looks.
Right.
And the New York Times one is more about his like new masculinity, where it's like, yo, I fucking love guns and pussy and I paint my nails.
And the fashion and all that stuff. Yeah. His face.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't mention TF on that, but he used to send me.
I was kind of, reading with one eye really open, looking for the little link to his episode where we talked about fashion, but whatever. What are you going to do? Fucking fake ass news, dude.
Oh, man.
Failing New York Times.
I'm looking through my old text with Hassan. I sent with the Gavin McInnes TF clip with Eddie, which I don't know what the deal is with that. I haven't watched it yet.
It's 18 minutes long, dude. It's like an episode of you.
I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Hassan, defend us.
Yeah. I mean, the one amazing point I saw.
We need to get guns.
I don't know. You've been talking about getting a gun for so long. Maybe it's time, dude. Maybe that should be like a nice little glow up for 2025. Though Hassan's gun is an AR. In the article, he's like, yeah, the AR-15 or whatever is a
the one
pellet gun
behind him. He has guns in the crib.
No, I think he says he doesn't. In the article,
he says I would never keep a gun in the house.
So where do you keep them? In a storage unit?
Yeah,
to take to the range.
Yeah, and gun locker at the range.
So it is more about the
at the gun club, bro.
Yeah,
or keep it in your glove compartment in your car.
Yeah, I guess it's about the joy of shooting and not about self-defense, which I guess if you're going to fucking do it, maybe do it that way is a bit safer. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk about gun control on this podcast.
Why not?
I don't know.
You afraid of Gavin McInnes?
No, I'm not afraid of Oh, this is the point I want to make.
Gavin's like, yo, this fucking Jew's got some great points.
yo, besides listen, he's Jewish, so.
Oh, is he? McInnes?
No, me. Meaning if he's like, take anything
you?
Great
Penn Badgley?
We'll claim him if we have to. The funniest comment I saw, because I was just like seeing what the chatter was in terms of engagement.
Oh God.
Obviously, Gavin McInnes now is known for fighting with Derek Guy and being much more racist than both Lost in Translation and the interview combined. When he talks about Derek Guy, even though nobody knows what Derek Guy looks like or even what his real name is, for that matter. Gavin McInnes wears like the worst, most embarrassing, tight suits, like every fucking right-wing manosphere guy. And Hassan kind of talked about it on the Adam Freeland show, not necessarily in his little profile in the New York Times. But there is this comment that stated like our whole swag, our like Brooklyn, nouveau fourth wave hipsterdom comes from him. And he like low-key is kind of the source. And I was like, that's actually not like, I don't know if you're trying to like diss us or, come at you because you call them swagless to kind of like set up the fucking, hate sesh that we had with Eddie, but like they're not wrong. He kind of did, he is like he's the Rosa Parks of dressing like a hipster and drinking PBR to some degree.
I don't know if he's the Rosa Parks
or he's the most visible.
If he's like the platform that,
you would also hate being compared to Rosa Parks.
That spread that aesthetic. Yes, absolutely. He doesn't drive the bus. He drives a Porsche, just like Hasan Piker.
I mean, but he doesn't.
No. But okay, I don't know if he himself is like a fucking fashion icon, but sure. But all I know is that if the Proud Boys all of a sudden start dressing a little better, start wearing boxy, double-breasted blazers and suiting with a little room in the trowel, we'll know that they really have been tuning into throwing fits.
Yeah, and if you're one of the few people that maybe already saw this clip because you're a fan of Gavin McInnes and somehow a fan of TF as well, we do not want you, dude. That guy, the whole thing for me,
unsubscribe.
He's just he's a grifter, dude. I don't believe any of this shit he's saying is real. That's my take on Gavin McInnes. Complete fucking faker,
fraudulent.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick. So when I was leaving Madrid, right, when I was like, again, just fucking sitting in my piece of shit pod in Delta One, which at this point, what does that even mean? Nothing.
Delta Zero.
Delta fucking none. TV's not working. We're like sitting there, there's a delay. Like, what the fuck's going on? It's like hot. We're sitting on the tarmac. Supposed to leave at 12:40. It's like 12:45, 12:50, 1 o'clock. Pilot gets on the PA and he's like, hey, so we can't move the jetway back because there's been a power outage.
Yeah.
So, or because the jetway has no power.
Yeah.
So we're figuring out how to like move the jetway back so that we can like pull back. But we're ready to go, folks. It's like, all right, cool. Then like 10 minutes later, he's like, Yeah, so a lot of other jetways are having the same problem. Apparently, there's a power issue in the airport, but we'll keep you posted, folks. Fucking 10 minutes later, he's like, all right, there's been a major power outage across Spain and Portugal and parts of France.
2 countries across a continent.
And we're like, what the fuck? Yeah. And like literally what's crazy how normalized this has become is, and my first thought is Heathrow. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like Heathrow shutting down with that fire plant. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
Fuck shit up.
Yep.
For like days.
Yep.
Right. And I'm like, no, get me home.
I can't eat any more ham.
I can't eat
which comes from a pig.
Well, I was like, well, the fucking ham in my bag, I don't want to go bad.
You can snack on it.
Because Iberico Jamon is cold smoked. Yes. It actually has shelf life of a few days.
It's not, is it cured? Is it cured meat?
It's cold smoked. That's all I know. It is a cured meat.
Ice cold smoke, dude. Yeah. You could have munched on that. Like you wouldn't have died of starvation.
I would have died of heart attack for sure.
Probably cholesterol would have got you.
And again, like no service, like the Delta Wi-Fi is fucking ass. I tried to log on to Pluto TV. I watched about 15 minutes of Defiance.
Damn, you know things are rough when you're logging into Pluto TV.
Well, that's like the Delta portal.
Oh, they have.
So I'm watching Daniel Craig kill some Nazis or some Nazi sympathizers, but I also feel a little bit weird watching a movie on my giant laptop. Shout out Apple with surrounded by Europeans, which Spain. Fascist, former fascist.
Shout out Franco.
And there's fucking
shout him out.
Footage of like Hitler and like Nazis and like, you know, death troopers and shit. I'm like, like what are people going to think about
They
me?
think you fuck with the Proud Boys.
I'm like, no. I'm rooting for the Jewish guys. I'm rooting for the blonde, blue-eyed Jewish guy.
Just be clear, I'm rooting for the Jews, dude.
Yeah. Liv Schreiber's fucking ripping ass, bro. He's ripping ass. And then the Wi-Fi crapped out. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they saved the refugees or what.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. No spoilers. We're like, we end up waiting on the tarmac for 2 hours while they're like, we have to like we're ready to go. Yeah. Like we've pushed the jetway back. We're ready to go, but the airport has no power.
Damn.
People are like, people immediately were like, cyber attack. Like that's people's immediate first thought.
When all the service went down too. I was going to say, that's my fear is I'm in the middle of a terrorist attack in a foreign country. Straight up.
Yeah,
and you're like the last, and you're almost the last chopper out of Saigon. Well, you would have been like
the power went out at 12:30, and our flight was scheduled at 12:40. So like we were like just about to push back at 12:30. Damn, we were literally the last chopper out of Saigon, like you were saying. But I will say this: after looking at the TikToks and everything, I was like, I kind of wish I'd been in Madrid for the blackout because like the whole city turned into a party. Yeah. It's a big everyone there. I felt like I rarely felt self-conscious about eating by myself. I felt self-conscious about eating by myself there because like everyone, even the fucking, Glansberg in the corner.
Steven Glansberg, yeah.
Even Steven Glansberg is like linking and building. And everyone there's hot, by the way.
You were bitchless. You were bitchless. You were homieless.
I had no bitches. I had no homies. It was just me and my phone scrolling.
Look at this bitchless, ugly American over here eating fucking sardines like Steven Glansberg.
Yeah, with a fucking vermouth and soda. Oh, by the way, amazing drink.
Is that you're spritzing up? That's a move?
Yeah, you have one at lunch.
Drink of the summer. Oh, Jimmy drinking at lunch. Bad boy.
On a Sunday? It's on a Sunday, Larry. I do what I want.
You were on vacation. I was on a vacation.
It was a Sunday.
No, but like your trip is vacation.
It was a working trip.
Okay. Right. Sure. Of course.
I was still very much on the ball.
So is your drink of the summer fucking vermouth and soda?
I've always been a big vermouth and soda guy because Leo in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg, they've always had that on the menu and it's always fucking muy caliente.
Nice.
Muy delicioso.
Fancy order. Makes you, definitely, that's one that you order and you feel like superior, like smart. Really? I think so. If you weren't bitchless and you weren't homeless, and you were with the group, I feel like that's not a thing. Sure, it's maybe popular with certain people, but I feel like that's like a cool order for anyone at home taking.
I guess so. It's not that. It's just an Americano.
Better than an Aperol Spritz.
For sure. Americano though, just vermouth and soda.
Yeah.
But they have it on tap like at every bar. But I'm looking at all the footage and all the TikToks and like people like went to the main park where I slept for an hour, 45 minutes, and everyone's partying, everyone's dancing, everyone's hanging out, everyone's eating. Like it looked fucking sick. So I kind of wish that I had been in Madrid for the blackout day.
You think that would have put a batter in your back and you would have found that second win that you needed versus getting the fuck out of Dodge?
I wasn't trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. I was just like ready to come home and like leave my chic and basic hotel and like eat a salad.
True.
Yeah, so I did make it out of Madrid. I didn't realize how bad it was. That like trains were like being evacuated and people were like stuck in elevators. There was like a full 10, 12-hour blackout.
The New York Times sent a fucking newsletter out about it, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder if this is affecting you, but I thought you'd already left, but clearly 10 minutes, that little buffer. So you were delayed 2 hours?
Delayed 2 hours, 7.5 hour, 8 hour flight back. I was very, very... I went on a fucking run last night. I was like, I need to move.
Oh, because you're on what's the jet lag like?
No, not even that. I was like, I've been sitting for like 13 hours.
I guess you're right. But it was also like after you just come off of walking all those steps when you were a fucking bum, and then you fucking played tennis. So like, I don't know, maybe you could have used the rest, bro.
Little recovery day.
Yeah,
You had a little nice block party experience yourself.
Speaking of parties, this is, I had a really nice moment that was like, classic New York and cringe but free. As Jen and I are leaving BAM after we see Sinners, we had got the tickets to go to the movies that day because the weather was supposed to be like shitty. It was going to rain, and it ended up being like kind of nice throughout the day. And we leave the movies, and it was one of those things where like the rain was so forecasted, but it just it kept getting pushed. And we're walking by St. James Place, and they are throwing one of their, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they throw these amazing fucking block parties, dude. And we're walking by the block party.
Wait, who's throwing it?
The whole street.
Okay.
St. James Place. So it's it's I guess because it is kind of like Clinton Hill Bed-Stuy. I guess this is like it's Bed-Stuy, right? So they got a fucking DJ, the streets closed down, they got fucking nutcracker vendors. They're just going for it, dude. A real fucking New York block party.
Oh, it's Bed-Stuy. What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's
damn. What are you dog whistling Gavin right now?
Black boy joy, dude. I don't know what to say. Black girl joy, black boy joy. So we're walking by, and the whole, everyone is fucking popping in. It's open door policy, obviously.
You hit a nutcracker?
No. So we're there, and like we're grooving a little bit. They're blasting the fucking house music. The DJ's going crazy. Everyone's having a good time. So we kind of get like sucked into the vortex of fun, and then it starts to fucking rain, and the rain becomes a fucking downpour.
Was this like the deluge that hit on Saturday?
Mm-hmm. And at first,
classic New York.
Yeah, and then at first I'm like, this fucking sucks. But then it's like,
What shoes were you wearing?
What shoes was I wearing? I was wearing Timberlands. Choked, fucking choked.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
they're like, yo, bring it, do the rain dance. Get this white boy out of here.
It looked like a fucking hate crime, dude. And Jen is like, well, we're already wet, so we might as well stay. So I'm just fucking in the street, flailing to Lord, flailing like Lord, I should say, fully sober, listening to house music just as we get fucking soaking wet. And it was hard for me to let go of like this, like if anyone sees me right now, I know I look fucking absolutely ridiculous, but it was like, I am cringe, but I am free. And we ended up having a great time, get fucking soaking wet. It was like, I felt like Francis Ha, dude. It was like a ridiculous like scene out of a movie, but it made me feel good, and it filled my heart with joy. And I'm happy that I did it.
That's great.
Because if I was alone, I would have walked by the block party, took a little peek, get a little scene report, and then just continue on my way, try to beat the rain to get home. But this is why you fucking, you find someone who fucking is going to make you a better man, make you a better person. And Jenna pulled me in, and I'm happy I did it. And it was like a nice memory. And like you said, and like I said, classic New York.
I'm glad you remembered how nice it is to make your wife wet.
Okay. All right. Okay. And it was actually, and it was great. And it was, a little performatively joie de vivre, but I was able.
You guys weren't going like this?
No, not getting my phone.
Not a phone in sight. That's great.
Not getting my phone wet. No, people have their phones out for sure, dude. Mainly to Zelle the Nutcracker guy or Venmo.
Hell yes.
But no.
Yo, what's your favorite Nutcracker flavor?
I'll do anything like water. I'll do anything. Period.
Mango,
watermelon, something like that. Any combination. Yeah,
mango or red for me.
Yeah,
no, not red.
Blue. I like a blue, dude.
I'll do anything orange.
Yeah, or honestly, dude, I've never had a bad Nutcracker.
Orange or yellow, because yellow's just like margarita.
Yeah, at this point, like because I guess the block party had been going like all day, and it was still raging, but the Nutcracker guys were down to like the
purples,
like, no white, like
coconut.
Sipping on that nut.
Yo, you want choke Timberland flavor?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even know if they saw me. They're like, this guy's an undercover cop, dude. Yeah. I better get my fucking my vendor's license out. But it was nice. It was just a fun little sober fucking dance hang. Got fucking drenched. Probably were there for about a half an hour, just grooving and moving to the smooth sounds of house music on St. James Place. They do these block parties all the time. I feel like
birthplace of Biggie.
Yeah, exactly. I think they do.
Damn it, Biggie! The ghost of Biggie saw you in your fucking choke Tims.
Yeah, he might have said, loosen those puppies up, white boy.
Party and bullshit.
Yeah, but no, it was good. And it was just, I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like, just made me happy.
Yeah, bro, you had a nice little social when Jimmy's away, the cats will play a few days. Yeah, I mean, Nymphet alumni.
Oh, yeah, I went to...
Soiree.
Shout out to fucking Nymphets. Went to support those girls. Louis from Magazine was in town. So also, by the way, we went to McSorley's. I'd never been to McSorley's. It's supposed to be the oldest bar in New York, right? That's what they claim. I mean, there's a lot of these claims.
There's the Ear Inn.
Right.
I think there's one more like down like South Street Seaport Way that I think like it's all based on a technicality. McSorley's though, super fascinating, interesting place. Read Joseph Mitchell's essay on McSorley's if you want to know.
When was
about,
it written?
Like the 70s maybe?
Okay.
Or no, because he died probably like the 50s or 60s.
Damn. I guess it was probably, and it's probably exactly.
It used to be men only.
Oh, no wonder it felt so fucking
so awesome,
so good.
Until a woman dressed as a man walked, or not until, but a woman dressed as a man walked in there and like punched the owner in the face or something during like the suffrage movement.
She is the Rosa Parks of drinking a pint as a lady. Okay, no, it's like they got the sawdust on the floor. The beers are cheap as fuck. You can only get
pequeño, no?
Yeah, you get 2 per order. Which also, like, as a guy who likes to drink, like I know it's not
2 drinks at a time.
It's like the same, but it's a double fisting off rip. You can either get lager or stout, just a house brew. Had both fantastic. Had a good time with Louis. He had never been before. And
you split the M?
No, they're just like, and they're just little ass.
Yeah, they're tight. They're like 8 ounces,
but they're mugs. They got like the fucking handle. So it's just it was one of those things where I'm like, this is
who decided that between you guys?
Oh, I picked it because the Nymphet alumni party was at some tiki bar around the corner, Paradise Lost.
Okay,
yo, bro, I don't like go to the East Village, dude. And I was there and I was kind of reminded why. It just feels like
frat row, bro. Brought you back to UNC or where the fuck you went to school.
Wake Forest.
Jenna, Unk?
Yeah. Jenna and I also had dinner in the East Village the next night. And we're like, it's so crazy that like you like walked, you don't, it just feels so that versus like where we were like later in the weekend, like in our neighborhood, like at the block party or otherwise, they just feel like fucking different planets, dude. It's like completely...
Welcome to New York.
No, I know, and it's a melting pot and all that, but it's like the stark contrast it just really fucking permeated my brain.
Yeah, bro, it's NYUville.
Sure.
It's fucking frat row.
Yeah.
It's your people from 15, 20 years ago. No, I'm not being facetious. It is like bro and fratty as fuck.
Yeah.
McSorley's is like a very...
Well, it's very touristy. There's a lot of tourists
touristy and broy destination.
Yeah, but it was cool.
Was it mostly tourists?
Yes, it was mostly tourists. People definitely from out of town. Heard some accents, which is great that they're fucking supporting...
Do the accents.
They were British people, so but they're like supporting one of the oldest institutions.
You didn't tell them Brits out?
No. They're fucking. They have every right.
McSorley's?
They have probably and just
that's what I'm saying.
Order an Irish car bomb and fucking get them going. Get him out of here. Anyway, well, Louis is British. He was one of the Brits in there.
Oh, that's right.
But it was funny as both, I think, as New Yorkers, because he lived in New York before.
1940 was when Joseph Mitchell wrote The Old House at Home.
Yeah.
Which opened in 1854.
So, okay. I'll never go back, but it was one of those things where the novelties hit for me. The little beers, the fucking, musty, fucking nasty smell vibe.
What shoes were you wearing in the sawdust? Sorry, it's called McSorley's Wonderful Saloon. It's a collection of essays by Joseph Mitchell, but
it doesn't feel saloony. It feels pubby. I guess a saloon maybe was a catch-all term.
Yeah, the way he wrote, I mean, it's called the Ale House. The way he wrote about it, I mean, from what I remember, is like it's just like where a lot of like not Carnegie Mellon, fucking what's the school right there?
What is the school? Right
Cooper Union.
Cooper Union, the art school kids.
Yeah, so it's kind of like bohemian. Yeah. And again, this is like in the early Dickities, bohemian, but also just like Irish drunks, pensioners, retired guys. They just go back there. They just like slowly sip their beer, smoke their pipes, read their newspapers.
The art school kids are there. They're like, okay, look at these fucking 2-beer queers. So we got to keep the pints small for these fucking little nerds, dude. I will never go back. But it was interesting to me that as a New Yorker officially, because I've been here for long enough, I believe.
That's not how that works.
And Louis, who lived in New York, we had both never been. So it was nice. But anyway, we dipped. We go to the fucking Nymphet alumni party. Congrats on those ladies on the Substack move. Here's the thing that this was my main takeaway. And this has happened now enough times that I wanted to ask your opinion about it. And yes, I'm going to take an isolated incident specifically that happened to me at this party.
Just extrapolate,
and
baby.
Extrapolate from there. So, dude, I'm at the bar ordering
2 drinks.
A drink. Sorry, dude. I'm on a 2-drink tip now, so I'm going to need 2 pina coladas. this dude comes up to me and I'm by the way, everyone in this party is 25 years or younger. You know, besides,
How do you know?
I could just tell, dude.
Okay.
Besides me, and I guess I missed Caramonica was there earlier, so I was the second oldest person. So everyone is 25 years old or younger, and this is a thing now that this is maybe the third time this happened. So we'll extrapolate the trend. A young Gen Z man comes up to me and goes, "Hey, what's up, dude? I want to say what up. I'm a casual listener." And I was like, "Oh, thank you for being a casual listener." And I wasn't like
formal one.
Yeah, and I wasn't like giving him, I wasn't like fucking with him, but I was like playing it up because I think that is a weird thing to say. And people have some, like I said, there's been examples of some variation of that said to me. And then he said, no, like I didn't want to like come off as like, you know, too thirsty or too big of a fan. And I'm like, is there something with Gen Z where because of the internet and memes, like glazing has become like the worst possible thing to be seen as doing, or to be seen as a glazer or a dick sucker?
I think if you approach someone glaze forward, then it's immediately sets up a dynamic where it's like, yo, I'm sucking your dick, or like
Right.
you are the glazy, I'm the glazer, versus coming up and they're not like negging you.
Well,
I think
but it feels like, that's exactly what it feels
but
like.
I think he was more like, hey, like I'm approaching you to like even out the playing field, where like I'm coming up to you. Like, I admire your work. And you don't know what he does.
No.
Like, what, you know, if you're like,
Student.
what do you do? And you're like, oh, I'm Gen Z. I'm a fucking content creator.
He's
like,
a Substack reader.
yeah, then fuck yourself. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I don't think it's that like.
Do you think it's an age thing? It's like a demographic dependent? Or
No,
do you think
I think that's just more like approaching. That's how you approach a normal person.
really? But we're okay.
We're abnormal. What were you about to say?
Ain't nothing normal about me, dude. No, I would always prefer if it's glazed forward. Glaze me like a fucking donut, dude. And you're going to get way more out of me than if you fucking
That's
neg
true.
me.
You do respond only to adoration,
Flattery.
and validation.
Yeah.
Externally.
I respond
Flattery.
well to flattery. You can manipulate me like one of the many bitches in you. Like,
yeah,
this
but I don't know. I'd rather
flattery will
someone
get you everywhere. with
I'd
me.
rather someone more approach me as like, hey man, like, oh, throwing fits, right?
Yeah, but that again, that's different than like the negging of like, oh, I kind of am familiar with what you do. That's how I read it. And I don't know. It's always, every time it's happened, it's been like one of our younger listeners. I'll say that.
Okay. I guess I kind of see your point, but it's also just like,
Yeah.
why not? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, yo, bro, just go Madrid mode, man. Like, who fucking cares? Let's get some ham.
Just
Let's throw
dance
some
in the rain.
Let's dance in the rain. Let's throw some sawdust on your shoes.
Yeah.
Get yourself 2 beers. Just live your
Picania
life,
beers.
bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, it happened enough now that I'm like, I feel like I'm.
So what's your response? Okay, let's role play. Oh, throwing fits, right? Yeah, I used to listen.
Fuck you, suck my dick, you fucking loser. No, it's.
Hey man, I love your show.
I will. No, okay.
I fucking love your Instagram and your show.
No, I'm sounding real bad right now. It's more about like. Yeah, I think
The way you did Fit Check Friday with Adidas was fucking gas, bro.
I guess you're right. The only thing worse is that someone comes in like way too hot, and then it's like I'm not going to be able to match your energy because this is coming from an otherworldly place of dick suckery, which like again still feels good to. I mean,
let me tell the story real quick without giving away any names. Of kind of the other side of the coin, right? Where like I was at Bernie's linking up with Brock.
You don't want to say?
I don't. We're linking up with Brock and Marissa. Shout out Brock and Marissa. Marissa, congrats on the book. Brock, congrats on being.
I saw Marissa at NIPFED alumni. We got to have her back on to promote.
Yeah, and I got there before them. I'm just waiting inside, and I see a guy kind of doing this like weird like fan maneuver, where kind of like almost like deking, like
Juking you.
Yeah, a little bit
of a fan
like
juke.
hitting R2,
dancing like Lord, low key.
and I'm like, bro, I'm R2 too. And he's like, yo, good to see you. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Cool, yeah.
Maybe
All
it's
right.
good that you're not saying who this is.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I didn't want to say like nice to meet you in case I had like met them before.
You really didn't recognize this. This is crazy to me that you didn't recognize this person.
No. And I'm like, yo, good to see you too. Yeah. All right, cool. And I walk out, and then Oliver's like, yo, I think that's
A celebrity.
this person. And I'm like, what? I was like,
Someone that 100% of the people listening at home not only know but would love.
sure. And I'm like, huh?
Just saying.
What? Why is he wearing a Detroit Lions fitted?
Well, there you go.
And then I was like, oh, yo, what's up? Oh, it's like, hey, let's approach each other as equals.
Okay.
Not like doing the weird, like, because whether you're whether you're normal, like you said, or an abnormal, like what you think you are. Just
hashtag Larry behavior.
Yeah, I think it's just like coming up in a way that, and look, if my time in Madrid has taught me anything, we are all hermanos y sisters.
Okay.
Chicos y chicas.
This guy, though, the dynamic between you and this guy, which is, again, so sick that he said what's up and like just recognized you from what we do, is that if anything, you need to be the glazer in this scenario.
I don't know. That'd be weird.
I wonder if that.
And then the fact that we like
weirded him out,
and then what?
I wonder if that would have weirded him out.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think
he
anyone
seems like too humble to want that kind of.
I don't think well, actually, you're the only person I know that like overreacts or like responds overwhelmingly positive to like the glazing.
Because I know I'm also guilty of also like overcommitting to glazing somebody who I'm a fan of as well.
Yes, you glaze heavy, bro. Crispy cream ass motherfucker.
I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Just getting their dick sucked.
It's a golden rule, dude.
Don't Gavin McInnes, clip that. All right,
yeah,
this
if
has been another
$9, he clip whatever he wants.
This has been another episode of The Only Podcast Matters. Welcome back, Jimmy. Welcome back, Larry. If you see him out, buy this man 2 drinks. All right.
Or just now you can just fucking neg the shit out of me and we'll have something to laugh about because you
true.
lasted an hour and a half into this episode.
Chef, take us out.